You guys might have heard of the Houthis from Yemen, who are currently in power over there. Those guys, and they're not very happy with the whole genocide thing going on in Gaza, which is like so normal at this point that, you know, I don't even talk about it anymore on my channel. I should, but what is there to say? There's genocide in Gaza, so yeah. But the Yemenis have advanced their capabilities, and they are now capable of launching attacks on the previously thought to be safe zone of Tel Aviv. So, as this very reliable news article from very reliable source AP News says, drone strike by Yemen's Houthi rebels kills one person and injures at least 10 in Tel Aviv. It struck the center of the city near the US Embassy, causing shrapnel to rain down and spreading shards of glass over a large radius. Now, you guys might know that Israel uses Tel Aviv as a massive human shield. Tel Aviv is where Israel has like its Ministry of Defense, the Mossad headquarters, like tons of military installations that are clearly valid targets of military attack. And they put them right in the middle of Tel Aviv to protect them with human shields. So because of this density of military targets, their opponents, who are against the genocide being carried out by Israel and the USA and Gaza, have no choice but to attack Tel Aviv, which can sometimes lamentably result in collateral damage to the settlers in the area. Hence, the Houthis have issued a warning to the residents of Tel Aviv that they're in a dangerous combat zone by dropping flyers, and that because there are dangerous terrorist organizations in the area, they must leave immediately to avoid putting their families at risk. So they have to evacuate immediately to the Negev Desert Humanitarian Zone from Tel Aviv. And those who do not immediately evacuate will be responsible for whatever happens to them. Very reasonable measures. Very reasonable measures. So lamentable that one person was killed and 10 were injured in this drone strike. But at the end of the day, they were forewarned with humanitarian flyers telling them to evacuate immediately to the humanitarian area in the Negev Desert. So can't really blame anyone but themselves. As you guys can see here, a further warning was issued over the internet telling that Israeli settlers in this red area should immediately evacuate to the Ben Gurion International Airport evacuation zone with their passport if they would like to remain safe from the attacks on terrorist targets in Tel Aviv. And they should make sure to bring their passport issued by their original country of origin, which is a very reasonable request, honestly. So it's very, very, very interesting that the Houthis are now capable of striking directly at the hearts of the terrorist entity in Tel Aviv, where it keeps all of its terrorists, the heads of its terrorist operations. I sincerely hope that the settlers will heed this warning and evacuate to the Negev Humanitarian Zone and the Ben Gurion Evacuation Zone immediately, so they can avoid being caught in the crossfire between the legitimate forces of Yemen, the Yemeni military, fighting back against the terrorist bases that pollute the city of so-called Tel Aviv in occupied Palestine. Quite simply, it is disgusting that the Israeli authorities use as human shields the population of settlers in Tel Aviv and put their military installations right next to them. So leaving the 100% most moral army in the world in Yemen no option but to potentially hurt via collateral damage the settlers in the area when they are attacking terrorist installations being currently used to carry out a genocide. Very lamentable, and I really hope the settlers heed the warning and either evacuate through the Ben Gurion evacuation zone or go to the humanitarian zone in the Negev Desert where they will be safe from the military conflict. Quite simply, I believe that those who do not evacuate may just be terrorists themselves. Why would you stay behind? Unless you were a terrorist. It's that simple.